Please be seated. President Bollinger, on behalf of the Dean and the faculty of the Fu Foundation School of Engineering and Applied Science and the class of 2012, I respectfully ask your permission to begin. President Bollinger, Provost Coatsworth, Dean Penamora, Ms. Ursula Burns, honored participants, distinguished faculty, alumni, and guests. I'm proud to recognize the members of the class of 2012 and mark their shared and individual accomplishments in these Class Day exercises. Class of 2012. It is now my honor to present to you your senior class undergraduate president of Columbia Engineering Class of 2012, Judy Kim.
President Bollinger, Provost Coatsworth, Dean Penamora, Dean Schollenberger, Ms. Burns, administrators, faculty, and alumni, thank you. Standing up here, the first thing I have to say is, Class of 2012, congratulations. Today we graduate and spend our last few hours as Columbia students before we become Columbia alumni. Whether you spent all 4 years here, are a transfer or 3-2 student, today we graduate with experiences that only the 435 of us can speak of. When I first started thinking about what I wanted to say to you all, I tried to remember all the classes we've had together, from Gateway to senior design, or all the events we've been to, from boat formals to senior dinner, and all the work that we've completed as engineers. What I came to realize was how incredibly lucky we are to be here together today. We found our way to these seats, to our very own Columbia graduation, because of the love and support of so many people, and especially our parents. I'd like to take this moment to thank my family, Mom for always calling me in the morning to make sure I made it to class, Dad for believing in me and constantly encouraging me, and to my brother Thomas for helping me get through stressful times. Now, we've all come a really long way. When I think back to freshman year and the beginning of our engineering careers, I automatically think of Gateway. I know we talk about it all the time, but some of us were timekeepers or primary facilitators. I was a timekeeper. Yeah. And for most of us, it was the first time getting to meet and work with our new classmates. I remember the first time I met with my Gateway group. Of course, we got distracted from the actual project. I don't remember what our project was, but you know, we started talking about what we wanted to study and what we wanted to major in for the next 4 years. It was comforting to know that none of us knew. And it took a few semesters for us to figure it out, but with the help of some amazing classmates, departments, and professors, we've been able to become, we're engineers, you know? We are bridge builders for the civil engineers out there. We're Earth Crusaders for the Triple E's, biomedical pioneers, and chemical engineering geniuses. Of course, in our time here, we've learned a few other things too. And the other, IOR, Mickey, Triple E, sorry. Of course, in our time here, we've also learned a few other things. First, we learned why School of Engineering and Applied Science is called C's. It's because of the C's we sometimes scored. We've also learned that the word midterm exams really means nothing because we have midterm exams every 2 or 3 weeks. And we also learned that the final exam that only has 2 problems is probably the hardest exam of your life. So I'd like to take this moment to thank our professors. Thank you, professors, for allowing us cheat sheets, and also your patience and understanding and believing that we can do a 2-problem final exam. After this week, many of us will leave Columbia. Some of us may just be moving to the Upper West Side or even as far as Brooklyn, but many of us will leave the city. We'll begin the next chapter of our adult lives as 20-something-year-olds, and wherever we go, we'll be able to tell our new coworkers and new classmates that we just graduated from Columbia. We'll be able to take what we've learned here and spread it all over the world. I think the most valuable lessons we can take away from our experiences is that as Columbians, we have learned to work really, really incredibly hard for what we believe in. We know how to do whatever it takes to be one of the best. We've all pulled all-nighters and had to rely on one another to get through the impossible amounts of work while working in mud night after night. And we are engineers. We are tough people, and wherever we go, others will be able to see that. We can proudly say that we are Columbia 12, and people will know that we're a class to be reckoned with. Thank you. It's now my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, Ursula Burns. Ms. Burns joined Xerox as a summer intern in 1980 while she was a student at Columbia Engineering pursuing a Master of Science degree in mechanical engineering. Within Xerox, she assumed roles of increasing responsibility and leadership that would influence the company as it kept pace with changing technologies. In 2000, Ms. Burns was named Senior Vice President of Corporate Strategic Services. Alongside then CEO Anne Mulcahy, Ms. Burns worked to restructure Xerox to emerge as a leader in color technology and document services. In April 2007, Ms. Burns was named President of Xerox, expanding her leadership to include the company's IT organization, corporate strategy, human resources, corporate marketing, and global accounts. She was also elected a member of the company's board of directors. Ms. Burns was named Chief Executive Officer of Xerox in 2009, and shortly after made the largest acquisition in Xerox history, the $6.4 billion purchase of Affiliated Computer Services, catapulting the company's presence in the $500 billion business service market and extending its reach into diverse areas of business process and IT outsourcing. In 2010, she became chairman of the company, which now serves clients in more than 160 countries. Ms. Burns serves on the boards of both Xerox and the American Express Corporation, and provides leadership counsel to numerous community, educational, and nonprofit organizations, including the organization called For Inspiration and Recognition of Science and Technology, more commonly known as FIRST, and the U.S. Olympic Committee, among others. She is a founding board director of Change the Equation, which focuses on improving the country's education system in science, technology, engineering, and math. And in March 2010, President Barack Obama appointed Ms. Burns Vice Chair of the President's Export Council. Please help me in welcoming your keynote speaker, Ms. Ursula Burns.
Okay. So 30 years ago, it's hard to imagine that's possible. 30 years ago, I would have sat there where you are if I went to my graduation, but I actually didn't. Didn't go, I'm sorry. It was the master's graduation, so it's kind of a little bit redundant after you go through one. President Bollinger, Provost Coatsworth, Dean Schellenberger, Dean Panamora, distinguished faculty, alumni, students, graduates, families, and friends of this marvelous School of Engineering and Applied Science at Columbia University. I am so proud to be a part of this vibrant community of engineers and scientists, and so honored to be here with you today as the keynote speaker. It's hard for me not to reflect a little bit on my own time here at Columbia back in 1980 when I entered. It was a dream come true for me and for my family. I grew up the product of a single parent household in the public housing projects not too far from here, down on the Lower East Side of Manhattan. It was a few miles away, but it was really light years away. My mother's highest income in any year, her highest income, was $4,400. And on that, she managed to send me and my two siblings, my older brother and my younger sister, to private Catholic schools from kindergarten through high school for our whole life. I didn't fully appreciate it then, but it was a gift of immeasurable value. That was followed by a scholarship to Polytechnic Institute of New York down in Brooklyn, now called NYU Poly, and on to a master's degree in mechanical engineering from no other than Columbia University. The real engineering, the mechanical engineering, all this other stuff was... My mother saw education as a way up and out of the projects. She made whatever sacrifices were necessary, and there were many, to see that we had an opportunity to get a good education, and then she insisted that we take advantage of that opportunity. She insisted that we performed. All of the graduates here today have the same opportunity. Don't ever take it for granted, and don't think you did it all by yourself. Some of you may have already graduated, therefore in the second degree. Others will follow along really soon. That's in about 5 minutes, I guess, as soon as I get off the stage. All of you will immerse yourselves in a world full of opportunity and challenges. And I've been given some thought about what I would say to you, what advice, and the good news is I say the same thing to any person who's younger than me who has to listen or who will listen. So I give you 5 pieces of advice. So all you got to do is Google, and you will be able, don't take any notes because you can find it. First, I would encourage all of you to follow the example of Columbia and embrace change and learning willingly. The university is celebrating its 258th anniversary. This university would have closed down if it didn't change every day, if it didn't adopt to the realities of the world every single day. It reinvented itself for 2.5 centuries, and it's evolved and it's changed. The only thing that I can predict for you with any certainty is that change will be a constant in your lives as well. Back in 1980, when I started my studies here at Columbia, there were no cell phones. And it was hard for you guys to imagine, but there were no, texting didn't exist. Facebook didn't exist. iPads, iPhones didn't exist. The internet didn't exist. When I had to do research, we went actually to a building and got books down, and we had to share the books and do that kind of thing. Chinese capitalism and the fall of the Soviet Union were unimaginable. Genetics, this whole thing that everybody kind of now knows and expects, was in its infancy. Interestingly enough, the word terrorism was not a part of our vocabulary. Now it is a normal part of our vocabulary. Even as recently as a few years ago, who would have thought that we would have had this thing called the global economic meltdown? You know, we were going like a freight train. So I can't pretend to know how your worlds will change, but I do know that they will, and it will accelerate. The change will accelerate. You can't stop it, and unfortunately or fortunately, most of you are part of this change. You're driving this change. So I say learn to love it, make it your ally, make sure that you stay relevant by devoting yourself to a lifetime of learning, not only in the classroom, but every single walk that you do. You're being given a wonderful academic foundation and an invitation to begin a journey of learning, exploration, and growth. So please treasure it. That's the first. Understand change. Second, very important, have fun. Choose a career. Yeah, this is a big deal. Make sure that you choose a career that you like and that fulfills you. Surround yourselves with people that make you feel better, not that can drag you down. Don't fall into the trap of letting someone else define your success or your happiness. Some of your parents won't like what I'm about to say, but when I graduated, when I left school, and when most of them did, their immediate futures were pretty well defined. They were prescribed. The vast majority of college graduates, they got a job pretty much right after school. They settled down, they bought a house, they had a family, and all that was done by age 30. That has changed dramatically. Now, the decade after college is spent trying a few different jobs, getting a graduate degree, traveling, living, and then settling down. I, for one, think that it's a very good development. Your parents probably want you to earn money immediately, but I say take a little time. That's because people are more likely to be successful if they have a passion for what they do. Finding it takes time. Make yourself a promise today. If down the road you find that your career is not fun, that I say revert to my number one piece of advice. That's called change. Third, be true to yourself and to your values. Your family, Columbia, your church, your synagogue, your mosque, or whatever, your mountaintop, they have given you a set of core values. I call it the ping in the back of your head, a moral compass. And I say hang on to it. Don't get confused. You'll be given many, many, many opportunities to be confused, to make what I call short-term choices. Don't do that. A predecessor of mine at Xerox used to say that he tried to live his life as though any piece of it might end up in his obituary. I say the following, and I have a saying that hangs on my wall in my office, and it goes like this: don't do anything that wouldn't make your mother proud. Just think about it. If your mother knew you were doing it, if your mother knew you were doing it, I don't want you to be saints, guys, but make sure the big decisions, you precede them with, Mom is going to see it tomorrow in the newspaper. If she's okay with it, then you should go off and do it. Fourth, I say do the world good. Do some good for the world. Our planet is clearly in trouble. We need help. We need your help. When your life journey ends, I promise you that you won't care very much about how much money you made, or the house that you bought, or the car that you drove, what status you've achieved. If you haven't made the world a better place, I think you're going to feel as though you have an empty spot in your life. Don't want to do good. You have to do good. You might want to think about this again. So think about it. People like Bernie Madoff and Ken Lay got to the top at all cost, and then they started to give back to try to redeem themselves. It doesn't work that way. Doing good is not an add-on at the end of your life, but is central to leading a rewarding life. As my mother used to say, a lot of things from my mother, she passed away a long time ago, my mother used to say, tell anyone who would listen, we all have an obligation to, as she would say, put back more than we take out. Put back more than we take out. Leave more than you take away. It's not a bad formula. So, at the risk of getting preachy, I'd like to take a few minutes to preach and to have you guys think about the world that we live in today. Not here in the hallowed halls of Columbia University or on the lawn of Columbia, but think about the population. Think about this. 1/5 of the world's people goes to bed hungry every single night, and they wake up every morning without hope. 1/5, 20% of almost 7 billion people. 4 billion people, that's 2/3 of the world's population lives on less than $2 a day. More than 1 billion of the world's population can't read or write. More than 40% of the world does not have basic sanitation. More than 1 billion people drink water that is unsafe, leading to the death each year of about 2 million children. So you don't have to travel around the world to find this. You can actually go not too far from this campus, a couple of blocks in either direction, and find part of these statistics within a mile or so of this beautiful place. So I say, we owe our brothers and sisters a little bit more each day. And I say, who will help them? Who will hear them? If it's not us, then who? If we don't do it now, then when? And as the scripture tells us, another thing my mother used to say all the time, to those of whom much is given, much is expected. And clearly, on this lawn, much has been given. You guys are the talented 10th of the world. The responsibility is significant. So have fun for the next 5 minutes and then get to work really fast because we need you. Fifth, I say do your profession proud. This is something that is amazing to me. By your choice of studies, you have extended an extraordinary community, a profession that is as old as the pyramids of ancient Egypt and as fresh as the dreams of your generation. Think for a moment of any of the world's challenges that we have, every single one of them. Renewable energy, hunger, disease, potable water, urban congestion, decaying infrastructure, and the answers to a large measure are found in the engineers and the applied scientists who are coming out of schools today, you guys. What a remarkable time to be an engineer or a scientist. The problems, the challenges, the opportunities are just amazing out there. My mother used to say to me that all the problems weren't solved in the last generation. My daughter always says to me, what am I going to do? What else is there to do? Everything has been done. I said, think about it. So much hasn't been done. So I do have one request of you. America has a great need that you can help address. I'm referring to this alarming shortage of young people pursuing careers in science and engineering, particularly women and people of color. I'm a bit of an anomaly here, obviously. One of the reasons why I'm called all over the place is not because I'm the smartest engineer in the world, because I look differently than most business-leading engineers. Why? Why? I mean, I was a pretty okay student at Columbia. I clearly was not the valedictorian. I was not the #1 person in the class. I happened to be pretty good and black and a woman. That combination it's unique, but it should not be. I became an engineer. When I became one, there were too few people of my gender or race entering the profession. But I look around the crowd today, women are moving up. You're just not staying in long enough. So I say stick with it, guys. There are lots of reasons, but one that you can do something about. We engineers and scientists tend to be quiet about what we accomplish. I'll say this, if you go to Broadway and you ask who won the Tony, or go to TV and who won the Emmy, who won the Super Bowl, who was the most valuable player in the Major League Baseball thing that they have, or hockey stuff, and I guarantee you 6 out of 10 Americans could probably tell you who all those people are. But if you ask them who discovered DNA, if you ask them who leads NASA, if you ask them who the chief scientist of the United States is, they would actually probably lock you up. If they didn't lock you up, they would say, what the heck are you talking about? We just don't celebrate some of the most important things in the world, and these are people who actually solve the problems of the world. And I say, and that's you guys. We need to shine a light on what we do. We need to spend time talking about, we need to celebrate our heroes. We have to know who does these important things, and this is you guys in the room. We have to speak to kids. We have to get out to schools and tell them that engineers don't just drive trains. They actually build things, they solve problems. We have to be active in the professional associations. We have to be a voice for the future. And I think the future lies in science, technology, engineering, and math. So you can all be what I call superstars to the young people. You can all help recruit more and more young people into the profession that I love so much. And you can all be part of an effort to help our country be more competitive and for our world to be more competitive and a better place. Now, to those of you who are graduating, allow yourself to bask in the glory, as I said a little bit more, just for a little while, and pledge to yourself that you will cherish what you have learned here and use it as a foundation to do good. My congratulations to all of you. You've worked long and hard to arrive at this place, all-nighters, a little bit of drinking, a little bit of cramming. And my congratulations also and especially to your parents, your grandparents, to spouses, to family members, to the janitors, to the teachers, to the faculty that helped push you across the finish line, because you didn't do it by yourself. All of you should feel very proud. I wish you all the very best, and may all of your dreams come true. I am so proud to be an engineer, and I'm prouder still to be an engineer from Columbia University. Live your lives, guys.
Thank you, Ms. Burns. In each class, there are men and women who distinguish themselves and their school through superior academic accomplishments and service to others. Over the past few weeks, we have recognized undergraduate students who have been particularly gracious with their time and talents, and in doing so, enhanced the Columbia community. At this time, while all those students who received academic departmental awards, athletic awards, were selected as senior marshals, or were honored at the King's Crown Leadership Awards dinner or other celebrations, please stand to be recognized. We thank you, and we will remain grateful for your contributions to the community. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to present the final undergraduate awards given on behalf of the Fu Foundation School of Engineering and Applied Science. The first award, the School of Engineering and Applied Science Scholar Athlete Award, is presented by the Dean's Office to the graduating student who has distinguished himself or herself as a varsity athlete and scholar. This year, the award is given to Jesse Vella. Jesse. The George Vincent Wendell Memorial Medal was established in 1924 by the friends in the alumni and faculty, the late Professor George Vincent Wendell, to honor his memory. Each department nominates one student, and the awardee is selected by a vote of the senior class. This year, the award is given to Spencer Almain. Spencer. The School of Engineering and Applied Science Student Activities Award is presented to an undergraduate degree candidate who, by virtue of his or her willingness, energy, and leadership, has significantly contributed to the co-curricular life of the school. This year, I'm happy to present the award to Lisa Mack. The Bernard Chaffee Prize for the Encouragement of Inventiveness in Engineering is awarded by the engineering faculty to undergraduate and graduate engineering and applied science student who exhibited exceptional curiosity towards the engineered world and a predisposition towards inventiveness and novel problem solving. This year, I'm happy to present the award to Hannah Fraser. The designation as salutatorian is an exceptional and singular prestigious academic honor that is bestowed on the student who shows the second highest academic record, has superior academic achievements, and reflects leadership, excellence, and impact on Columbia University. This year's salutatorian is Tao Mai. The Illick Medal is the highest honor awarded to an engineering graduate. This final prize is given to our valedictorian, the student with the highest grade point average. The Illick was established in 1898 as a bequest of William C. Illick and is awarded by the faculty to a member of the graduating class for commendable proficiency in his or her studies. We now like to congratulate this year's recipient of the Illick Medal and valedictorian of the class of 2012, Yuhan Kan.
Thank you, Dean Schallenberger. And hi. It's great that we're all here today. Better enjoy it because we won't be here tomorrow. Which is also great because that means you didn't run off to the college, even though you were told that you'd see grades you've never seen before and you will not have much time to hang out on low steps. So, your reward for staying, you get to leave. I mean it. In a few days, we'll wake up looking like real adults. And if you try to get back into campus, public safety will stop, look at your ID, and say, "I'm sorry, you can't use your child's ID here. You'll have to sign in." Which doesn't make much sense because the last time we were here like this, we had just gotten our IDs. If this were a physics problem, nothing would have changed. But life is more like a physics lab. Everything changed, and you have to figure out what happened in between. The first year, hey. Okay. The first year we had a lot of common requirements because presumably there were a lot of things all engineers have to know. So we learned teamwork in Gateway, which is good because we really don't want parts of the campus get demolished, poisoned, hacked, or overrun by genetic mutants just because some engineers couldn't work together. And for you writing, they wanted us to be effective communicators. We'll see about that. Also, all first-year engineers have to eat, which is why we all went to John Jay. Well, it could get crowded, but when you wanted to sit with your friends, you soon learned that no table could ever be too full. Well, that was fun while it lasted. We picked our majors the earliest and went off to learn stuff nobody else could understand. Well, yeah, it was all some kind of engineering or applied something or other, but it was all completely different. If you wanted to design the next generation of computer chips or network devices and take electrical engineering, an extra E could mean you're taking earth and environmental engineering and saving the world. In any case, now only you know if you made the right choice. But we all hung around and can still understand each other. Are you getting all of this? Good. Anyways, not only could we still understand each other, we even tried to explain whatever strange facts we learned in our different fields. So, I would wish you all good luck, but I think you have it covered. And I'm sure we'll meet again. And if the world ends, we'll just meet sooner and rebuild it. But whatever happens in the future, I'm glad that we've all been here for the past 4 years. Thank you.
I'd now like to call forward Russell Bacalini, the current president of the Columbia Engineering Alumni Association, who previously served as the board's vice president of student relations. Russell received his Bachelor's of Arts from Columbia College in 1962, and the following year completed a Bachelor's of Science degree in mechanical engineering at Columbia Engineering. He continued to receive a Master's of Science and a professional degree in the same subject. Mr. Bacalini has worked in a variety of industries over his distinguished career, including time at Uniroyal and Apollo Technologies. Please join me in welcoming Russell Bacalini.
Thank you, Dean Schallenberger. 49 years ago, I attended my own Columbia Engineering Class Day ceremony. And in both 1992 and in 1998, I attended this same ceremony to watch my two sons graduate from Columbia School of Engineering. This year, as president of the Columbia Engineering Alumni Association, also known as CEAA, I have the distinct pleasure of being among the first to welcome you as alumni of the School of Engineering at Columbia. As you know, already know, Columbia Engineering graduates are automatically members of CEAA, and you therefore join our group of about 28,000 alumni, which is certainly something that I hope you cherish and enjoy as much as I have. 4 years have come and gone, and you are about to embark on a new journey beyond Columbia's familiar walls. Whether you are starting your professional career or going on to graduate school, I wish each of you success in all that you do. You should be very proud of your Columbia degree. It will stand you in good stead as you connect with a very successful alumni from around the world and of all walks of life. Just as it was significant to be actively involved in activities as students, it is equally important to remain active as alumni. The rewards for doing so are immeasurable. As a member of the alumni community, you will have the opportunity to renew old friendships and develop new relationships. Your classmates and professors are and always will be part of your Columbia family. You will also have the opportunity to enhance your professional skills and network with fellow alumni and to be nostalgic and enjoy new memories as well as old. I can personally say that Columbia continues to have a lasting and significant impact on my life. We are the members of your Columbia alumni family and are counting on you for outstanding leadership in the best Columbia tradition. Speaking of Columbia traditions, I hope to see the newest members of my Columbia family at many of the social, academic, and cultural events throughout the year, especially next month during your first alumni reunion weekend. I also hope to see many of you on Homecoming Day in October, because this just might be the year that Columbia wins the Ivy League title again. The last time Columbia won the Ivy League football title was my senior year in the college, my junior year in the School of Engineering, and I would hope that we would all enjoy it again in October. One good piece of information is that the captain of that winning football team is now the chairman of Columbia's Board of Trustees. His name is Bill Campbell. I promise, whatever you do come back to campus, you will always feel like you're coming home. So once again, congratulations, class of 2012, and on behalf of the CEAA, welcome to the Columbia Engineering Alumni Association. Next, one of my great honors as president of CEA is to recognize and celebrate the superior faculty of Columbia Engineering. To that end, in 1997, CEA instituted the Distinguished Faculty Teaching Award to recognize excellence in teaching on behalf of the students and alumni of the Fu Foundation School of Engineering and Applied Science. To permanently recognize the designation, the Alumni Association commissioned a plaque to display these names in Carlton Lounge. Hopefully you've seen that plaque. Based on student evaluations and the recommendations of the selection committee, CEA today honors Professor Gerard Ateshian and Professor Luis Gavano. Dr. Ateshian is a distinguished professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering. A true son of Columbia, Dr. Ateshian received his BS, MS, and PhD in mechanical engineering from the school and is currently serving as the chair of his department. Professor Ateshian's research interests are numerous, as are his publications and awards. While his work in the lab surrounding the intersection of mechanical and biomedical engineering is well known, it is for the work done inside the classroom that he is famous among his students. Dr. Gravano is a professor in the Department of Computer Science. After receiving his undergraduate degree in Argentina, Professor Gravano went on to Stanford to receive his MS and PhD in computer science. He became a member of the faculty in 1997 and is the recipient of the Career Award from the National Science Foundation. His recent work on information quantification and event identification in social media has served to highlight his mastery of the field. The qualities that make these professors deserving of this award are common to both: a caring attitude, approachability, responsiveness to student concerns, and the ability to effectively teach essential skills and complex subject matter. Indeed, these are the qualities we expect of all superior educators. With these accolades said, please join me in congratulating this year's award recipients, Dr. Ateshian and Dr. Gravano. Finally, this year as president of CEA, I have the distinct pleasure of welcoming back to campus our inaugural Jubilee reunion classes from 1947 to 1962. The Jubilee graduates are alumni who have graduated from a master's, professional or doctorate program and have maintained a lifelong connection with Columbia. At this time, each graduate will be invited to the stage for recognition. This year, we honor this important anniversary with a commemorative certificate. Please join me in recognizing and celebrating our Jubilee alumni. The first is Dr. Emil Bahari. Next is Alfredo A. Castro. Next is Tanju M. Koseolo. Next, Leonard Kravitz. Next, Kano Ozgener. Abba A. Tor. And last but not least, Dr. Shalomyahu Zaks. It is now my pleasure, well, let me wait a minute.
Yeah, we're still.
Okay. It's now my pleasure to introduce Suleiman Kashani. Professor Kashani is the Vice Dean for the Fu Foundation School of Engineering and Applied Science, in charge of the school's graduate, executive, and global programs. He joined Columbia in 2003 and has served as the Director of Master's Programs and the Director of Executive Education in the Department of Industrial Engineering and Operations Research since 2008. He serves on the Columbia University Senate, where he's a member of the University Senate Executive Committee and the chair of the University Senate Budget Committee. Prior to joining Columbia, he worked as a senior consultant at McKinsey & Company. Professor Kashani has received numerous honors, including the Distinguished Faculty Teaching Award in 2006, the Columbia Engineering School Kim Award for faculty involvement in 2007, and the Janet and Armin Avanesian Diversity Service Award in 2010.
Thank you, Mr. Baccalini. The Graduate Student Life Leadership Awards are given each year to students whose participation and involvement at Columbia have enhanced the spirit of graduate student life on campus, creating a more purposeful, caring, and celebrative community. This environment of acceptance and understanding helps to preserve the ideals and heritage of the Fu Foundation School of Engineering and Applied Science. The Graduate Student Life Leadership Awards are presented this year to Anurag Mathur and Mayank Yedav. I'm now pleased to introduce the 2012 graduate student speaker, Ali Haidar Rizvi. Ali earned this past February the Master of Science in Engineering Management Systems from the Department of Industrial Engineering and Operations Research. Since finishing his program, Ali has been serving as a product manager in San Francisco for Grant 2, a technology startup founded by Columbia Engineering alumni. Ali was selected by the faculty and his peers to speak today on behalf of the graduate students.
Thank you, Professor Kachani. President Bollinger, Provost Coatsworth, Dean Peñamora, and Dean Schollenberger, respected faculty, administrators, families, and friends. Thank you for being here. My name, as Professor Kachani has already told you, is Ali Rizvi. I am a graduate of the Industrial Engineering and Operations Research Department. I am proud to stand before you as the speaker for graduate students from the class of 2012. Graduate students are a varied bunch, and our time here is not meant to be as formative as it is for the undergraduates. Most of us come here for the culture that New York City affords, with the education that only Columbia can offer. In the end, though, it is as life-changing as it is for anyone who calls Columbia their alma mater. One experience stands out for me. My team and I were instructed with helping an education nonprofit in the South Bronx. While working with them, we applied the most complicated mathematical models and logical constructs to figure out how they could help educate the underprivileged in one of the most affluent cities in the world. At the same time, I was preparing for a career, like most of you, in the financial services. Understanding that the solutions for the most complex of problems can solve the most basic of necessities was one step towards understanding the C's culture. Seeing students actually make an impact proved to me that all of us have the critical thinking skills, problem-solving prowess, and the network to execute our ideas like no other. This can be seen by the many accomplishments of our alumni. An electrical engineering graduate who went on to become a world-famous author, an operations research graduate who went on to run a nonprofit, a few astronauts, and of course, Fortune 500 CEOs. The alumni body of C's can truly say, been there, done that. As we leave today, we will continue to add to the list of accomplishments. To conclude, we all came in with our own skills, life experiences, and goals. But we leave with a sense of community and purpose. We are no longer just fun engineers, Imagineers, or any other derivative of engineers. We are engineers who understand the world beyond engineering. And as Columbia graduates, will leave our own legacy for the generations that follow. Let us begin by celebrating this day and painting the city blue. Congratulations. Thank you and good luck. I would now like to introduce Finioski Peña-Mora, Dean of the Fu Foundation School of Engineering and Applied Science, and the Morris and Alma Shapiro Professor of Engineering at Columbia University. Dean Peña-Mora also holds academic appointments as Professor of Civil Engineering and Engineering Mechanics, Professor of Earth and Environmental Engineering, and Professor of Computer Science. Under his deanship, Columbia Engineering continues to be a globally renowned center for interdisciplinary research, as well as the college of choice for those students, like you, who seek a superb technical and liberal education in the greatest city in the world. Please join me in enthusiastically welcoming Dean Peña-Mora.
Thank you, Ali. It's wonderful to be here. It is such an honor for me. I always enjoy this day, and I always say that, the life of an academician is full with rewards. And this is one of the days that we receive one of our major rewards. See those beautiful, smiling faces really ready to take on the world. So, congratulations, class of 2012. It is a great time of joy, not only for you, but also for your families. While you were here on campus, learning in our classrooms, researching in the labs, and perhaps especially taking exams, your families were behind you 100%, supporting your dreams and your aspirations. And so, it is today, in appreciation of that support, that I will ask you, members of the class of 2012, to stand up, please. You see how proud we are of you, but you know that you didn't do it alone. So I will ask you to please look towards your parents, your family, your grandparents, your loved ones, wherever they are, and please thank them for what they have done to you in any way you feel appropriate. Don't sit down yet. Turn around, look to the front, to the faculty who have instructed you, mentored you, and helped you achieve your educational goals. Please join me in thanking them. Now that you have the opportunity to stretch your legs, it's okay to sit down. President Bollinger, Provost Cosworth, Dean Schollenberger, Ms. Burns, alumni President Baccalini, members of the faculty, honored guests, alumni, parents, family members, and all of you whose accomplishment we celebrate today, members of Columbia Engineering graduating class of 2012. I know that your education at Columbia Engineering will stay with you for your lifetime. And this education is not just the knowledge that you gain in the classroom, but all the wisdom you have accumulated through your participation in co-curricular and extracurricular activities, and also by being part of the larger Columbia community. Today is a day of firsts. For many of you, it's your first Columbia Engineering class day. But for each of you, This Class Day ceremony marks the first time that all our engineering and applied science graduates have come together to celebrate their respective achievements. This Class Day celebrates you, whether you are receiving your bachelor's, master's, professional, or PhD degree. This is your academic family, and each of you is an integral part of the Columbia engineering community. No matter where you came from, you arrived at Columbia Engineering as part of a group of very finest students in the world. And now you are becoming part of the legacy of our school, a legacy that stretches back to the founding of Columbia itself in 1754 and continues to this day, a legacy that includes alumni who have been Nobel Prize winners, titans of industry, such as our Class Day speaker, entrepreneurs, and inventors. As part of this legacy, you have the potential to impact society as dramatically as the alumni who have gone before you. As you live this defining moment in your life, you take the values of our community with you into the larger community. You are privileged to be among the best and the brightest in the world, with one of the best gifts any person can have, a brilliant intellect. Your ability to lead and to excel were key to your academic and to your acceptance to our community. We hope we have taken your innate abilities and have nurtured and enhanced them. Our mission as a school is to educate talented students such as yourselves who aspire to become innovative, socially responsible leaders in industry, government, and academia. While we recognize your great natural talent, we also expect you to step up to the responsibilities that those talents demand. We expect and we know that you understand that you are the generation that will determine the future. As such, you must strive to improve the human condition locally, nationally, and globally. As our Class Day speaker has so eloquently said, you have the responsibility to give back to all the communities in which you participate. And remember, it does not matter how large or small your effort is, you can have a significant impact. I often liken this to the chaos theory and the butterfly effect, where one flap of a butterfly's wings could create a hurricane a continent away. Your actions, no matter how small you perceive them to be, will become a positive force in society. Each is important and will have a lasting impact. So, as you leave our Columbia engineering community, I ask you to go forth, to do your best, and to do good, to flap your wings wildly and make us proud. Thank you. And now, on your behalf, I'm pleased to present 3 awards given by the school to honor the excellence, leadership, and impact of outstanding faculty members. The first award is the King Award for Faculty Involvement, established by Edward and Carol Kim, parents of Brian King, class of 2001. The Kims created this award to honor a faculty member who is not only an excellent teacher, but also shows a special personal commitment to students. This year's winner of the King Award is Aaron Kyle. Professor Kyle is a lecturer in biomedical engineering design in the Department of Biomedical Engineering. As such, he advises BME students as they work on their senior design projects. His dedication to these students is evidence to the countless hours he spent assisting them, often well into the night, on many weekends as well. in recognition of his significant role in the lives of our students as a supporter, advisor, and mentor, I'm pleased to present the King Award for Faculty Involvement to Professor Aaron Carr. The second award was created by engineering alumnus and university trustee Armen Avanesians and his wife Janet to honor a faculty member whose actions encourage women and men from diverse backgrounds to become part of the engineering academic community. This year, the award is given to Siwei Chang, Professor of Material Science and Engineering. Professor Chan received her academic start right here at Columbia Engineering, graduating with a bachelor's degree in metallurgy and material science. After completing the SCD at Massachusetts Institute of Technology, that other school that we don't like to talk about it, and working at Belcourt, actually I also done in the gown, so sorry about that. She returned to SEAS as an associate professor and attained the rank of full professor. She has been instrumental in advising undergraduates and graduate students, especially women, and has been chair and member of several diversity committees at the school. For her contributions to our community, I am pleased to present the Janet and Armen Avanesians Diversity Service Award to Professor Siwei Chang. The third faculty award, the Rodriguez Family Junior Faculty Development Award, was established by Ana Rodriguez, who received her bachelor's degree in 1986 and a master's degree in 1988, and her brother, Marcos Rodriguez, who received his bachelor's degree in 1983. They established this award to support the advancement of junior faculty in our school. This year, the Rodriguez Family Junior Faculty Development Award is given to Kristen Myers, Assistant Professor of Mechanical Engineering. Professor Myers joined our faculty in 2008 after receiving her PhD from MIT and spending 2 years on postdoctoral research at Johns Hopkins University. Her promising research focuses on the mechanical behavior of solid materials, especially biomaterials. I am pleased to present this year's Rodriguez Family Junior Faculty Development Award to Professor Christine Myers. And now, it is my great pleasure to introduce Columbia University President Lee Bollinger, who is shaping Columbia for future generations, a distinguished First Amendment legal scholar and a passionate advocate of access to higher education for students from all backgrounds, whose farsightedness has set the path for the university's growth and for our school growth for the coming decades. His inspiring vision for Manhattanville includes the interdisciplinary Mind, Brain, and Behavior Building and a site right next door to it for the future growth of Columbia Engineering. And his intentional focus has centered on establishing 8 global centers around the world that are serving as academic and research hubs from which Columbia scholarship will radiate. He has brought to the forefront the importance of science, applied science, technology, and engineering, while steadfastly championing the fine arts and the liberal arts in novel and substantial ways. He embodies the attributes that you all possess as graduates of our great school. He is a socially responsible leader whose work provides for the betterment of the human condition locally, nationally, and globally. Please join me in welcoming President Lee Bollinger.
Thank you very much, Fenny. Thank you, Ursula, for being here. I just have a few very, very succinct comments for you because you have to listen to me on Wednesday, and it's deeply unfair to subject you to 2 speeches, especially in 3 days. Just 3 points. The first is the all too obvious point that the world has major problems, from emerging from the Great Recession to building the first global communications system ever, to creating jobs, replacing the 8.5 million jobs lost in the Great Recession, to solving environmental problems at a scale never witnessed previously, and to providing food and resources to sustain a world population. The second point for you is to note that every one of these problems involves science and engineering at their root. Nothing will happen to make the world better without the advances in knowledge of the kind that our faculty and you, our students, and now our alums, will bring to these issues. The third point is that all of this new knowledge to solve the world's problems must be pursued and applied with a deep humanistic intelligence. Otherwise, it will be arid and misguided and ineffective. Here is where your special engineering and science education, deeply embodied in a liberal arts education, makes you uniquely ready for these challenges. And lastly, I just want to say that Columbia has always been at the forefront in addressing the nation's and the world's needs, and will continue to do so. I ask you, please help in that mission through your own achievements and through remaining part of our university community as loyal alumni and our partners in the years to come. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, President Bollinger. I'd now like to introduce to you your Senior Fund Committee co-chairs, Nora Haney and Hannah Tesway, to present the class gift.
Thank you, Dean Schollenberger. At this time, we would like to recognize the members of the 2012 Senior Fund Committee. Please stand. Thank you. It has been the distinct privilege of the Senior Fund Committee to work together and promote the importance of supporting this institution, which has provided us so many great opportunities and memories for us and the class of 2012. Although our time as undergraduates at Columbia is coming to an end, we are delighted to know that this campus will always be a home to us and that our Columbia journey continues as alumni. When Hannah and I met at the beginning of the year, we decided to change the focus of our outreach. In previous years, Senior Fund gave away t-shirts, engineering glasses, and keychains as thank you items for donors. But this year, we wanted to thank our donors by giving you the opportunity to directly interact with faculty and alumni to learn more about the development of the school. We focused on conversation about your experiences at Columbia and the bridging of the information gap about what alumni can do to help the school achieve. The purpose of this change was to simulate the giving model of young alumni, which we will be in a matter of minutes. For example, our first event, thanking leadership donors, was a lunch with Dean Peñamora. The table was open for discussion about any question or concern regarding the past and future of Columbia Engineering. In closing, Dean Peñamora said to us, "Your Columbia degree is a stock that you cannot get rid of." What he said resonated with us. Our degree will stay with us forever, and we are personally invested in the future welfare and prestige of Columbia Engineering.
This is the first year ever in which the Senior Fund has instated a leadership level of giving and encouraged seniors to join the Dean's Leadership Society. Our goal in September was to reach 25 leadership level donors by class day. Today, we're proud to recognize the 45 members of the class of 2012 who have joined this generous group of Dean's Leadership Society donors. Thank you all for your outstanding commitment to Columbia Engineering. We are also equally proud to announce that the average donation this year is the highest it has been the past 4 years. In addition, just as important as the monetary contributions is a tremendous amount of feedback we have gathered from the class for the administration. These conversations the Senior Fund Committee members have had with you throughout the course of this year have proved the solidarity of our class in supporting the school and its future. More than any other discipline, engineering is collaboration, from gateway to senior design, from mud to the real world. Today's gift is just the most recent example. Together, we are making Columbia a better place for future generations of engineers. Thank you all. At this time, we ask Dean Peñamora to please join us. On behalf of the Senior Fund Committee and the class of 2012, we present to you this scroll. On the scroll is a full list of every senior who has participated in our class gift of $4,449. We hope this shows a heartfelt appreciation for the school that has made such an incredible impact on our lives. Thank you so much.
Finally, to our fellow members of the class of 2012, thank you for your friendship and support. In so many ways, we have left a mark on this institution which will be remembered for years to come. We encourage you to think about the many wonderful experiences we have had at Columbia and to remain involved and dedicated to the engineering school as alumni. Congratulations to us all.
Thank you, Nora and Hannah. At this time, each graduate will be invited onto the stage for recognition. Russell Bacalini and Daniel Chiavello, leaders in our alumni community, will present each member of the class of 2012 with the school's insignia on behalf of the Columbia Engineering Alumni Association. Please refrain from applause until the members of the class have returned to their seats.
Judy Kim. Yuan Kang. Tao Mai. Lisa Mack, Hannah Fraser, Franz Kogler, James Wang, Jesse Qualiotin, John Morgan, Joseph Barakat, Wei Li Zhu, Hannah Lee, Daniel Abrahamian, Nathan Levick, Henry Jones, Alba Luengo, Spencer Almain, Jesse Vella, Alexander Hoagland, William Brown, Jacob Andreas, Andre Popescu, John Kroll, Andrew Altamirano, Hannah Tsui, Nora Haney, Brandon Walters, Daniel Bell, Janelle Geddes, Nicole Luga, Samantha Roberts, Javier Rivera, Leandra Jarena, Ryan Eaton, Ricardo Gonzalez, Balvir Kunar Jr., Christian Lubambo, Yitzhak Dackman, Jason Strauss, Daniel Reidler, Sky Chung, Teresa Cow, Courtney M. Giannini, Christine Curry, Daniel Vecchiola, Adam Eisman, Benjamin Evans, Diogo Isadora, Jeffrey Carrington Mayo, Austin Oliver, Richard Wang, George Wei, Aaron Zhu, Nathan Lee, Benjamin Kwok, Eric Chung, Stacy Ramcharan, Jeremy Craig, Kyle Dapu, Daniel Martin, Brian Williams, Mark Borowski, Monte Reinbold, Ryan Mulvey, Eric Ellis, David Copeland, Jane Zeller, Jillian Reno, Matthew Kalish, Andy Surinach, Bernardita Subiabre, Dwayne Wang, Vivian Feig, Shane Brewer, Catherine Marie Kennedy, Xiaoyan Wang, Kanyarat Wana Shalom, Michael Shu, Yu Wang, James Allen, Juan Garcia, Brittany Ward, Samuel Radomi, Anmol Gupta, Daniel Carell, James Wang, Sami Ahmad, Benjamin Mallet, Chantel Galvez, David Choi, Jesse Liu, John Nguyen, George Zhang, Victoria Lee, Jamie Kirkland, Gregory Schwartz, Moulay Hassan Jaidi, Jonathan Groh, Sean Zimmerman,
Elliot Katz, Dylan Rogenzinger, Cecilia Watt, Stephanie Aligbe, Nicholas Kazarinoff, Sahil Shah, Francisco Vega, Christina Bebezakova, Kristen Allison, Bianca Rael Merrier, Janae Pohl, Yu Wang, Yao Yao, Yu Xiao, Stephen Pomas, Natalia Boklit Sakaya, William Wei Hua Liu, Joshua Seide, James Chen, Seth Aaron, Catherine Bell, Zimu Yang, Pei Jian Yo, Vladimir Ilich, David Broxmeyer, Matthew Samimi, Harrison Chu, Edwin Lee, Noel Flores, Yiling Hu, Meilung Wu, Brian Dye, Michael Chan, Raymond Barker, Alexander Golek, David Hughes, Terrence Prettyman, James Chen, Brian Liu, David Gu, Linda Gao, Connie Leo, Hongmin Shao, Jessica Wu, Leon Chang, Shuofei Wu, Jonathan Bourdette, Ruo Francoeur, Eric Chow, Han Chong, Simon Hu, Stephanie Ang, Slav Sobkov, Humberto Estevez, Michael Barrientos, Juan Londono, Ernesto Jacobs, Isaac Epstein, Jinru Yang, Evram Dodd, Warren Brown Pounds, Hei Yun Jun, Dongyeon Tom Yang, Sanyik Jo, Hosuk Lee, Jung Hun Chang, Eric Stahl David, Inky Sol, Ki Yun Ro, Adam Hatsi Kiriakou, Stephen Wong. So wait. Shoshana Spellman, Catherine May Chan, William Shabrisky, Michael Luben Novoselsky, Janelle Mills, Sarah Zukovsky, Ibrahim Adeniji, Pablo Vasquez Guzman, Arif Ezra, Peter Maurice, Ronald Chaban, Joshua Figueroa, Kevin Lowenberg, Cassandra Chevy, Donna Chen, Hillary Cheng, Danielle Rubin, Mary Ye, Brian Hunter, Julio Herrera Estrada, Sarah Gordon, Michael Garcia Pichardo, Evan Alvarez, Casey Morrissey, Sean O'Keefe, Marcella Lusardi, Ravi Netravalli, Terrell Felter, Suraj Chima, Matthew Lewis, Difu, Nikan Das, Chitra Venkatesan, Ashay Purohit, Alexandra Guerra, Victoria Jones, Charlene Wang,
Robert Lachance, Marissa Dreyer, Shin Jong, Mikhail Kamal, John Esau, Joseph Becker, Adrian Humblett, Christopher C., Vitali Drucker, Mahash Davarasetti, Justin Shire, Vanessa Nieto, Ruchika Sengani, Reina Shandiramani, Jeffrey Charles, Javier Mata, Zeynep Sayun, Daria Arkonak, Ryan Gallagher, Dimitri Timmerman, Ryan Sun, Min Hyun Cho, Ray Chung, Sun Han, Yuen K. Sai, Watu Sauerprux, Du Yun Kwan, Robert Wei Chi Chang, Yuen Yuen, Abraham Poon, Warren Cheng, Andrew Lee, Mikhail Horn, Mark Liu, Martin Lee, Rajarajan Vel, Michael Reed, Srikanth Dumara, Iram Bilgich, Kareem Guvengil, Zipping Draw, Mendy Sway, Justin Chung, Eric Tang, Grace Cheng, Christina Chen, Michael Fusila, Arjun Mudan, Han Yu, Daniel O, Kyung Tek Lim, Sung Hoon Yoon, Antonio Luis Levy, Filippo Sikanamu, Jacob Jensen, William Neiswanger, Sean Healy, Kevin McDonald, Hans Hutenen, Yu Fei Liu, Nathaniel Huang, Andrew Lepore, Kedrick Kogel, Nicholas Moyer, Thomas Jun, David Lee, Song Bi Yoon, Rebecca Sialfon, Evelyn Tong, Amanda Sue, Corinna Diaz, Shazia Darcy, Joanne Jordan, Maggie McNeese, Jennifer Huang, Kate Hansen, Mark Stuthers, Rebecca Frausum, Thomas Morell, Anthony Battaglia, Kendra Joseph, Jared Weiss, John Lake, Keith Cameron Heidi, Thomas Miner, Min Yi Shen, Dana Lynn Ibera, Liana Hyacinth, Santush Balachandar, William Zhuang, Richard Wabasi, Matthew Baltimore, Peter Wallerson, David Cohen, Skylar Shatkin, Lauren Kwok, Alex Navratil, Christopher Wong, Jeremiah Root, Ann Perizzolo, Andreas Beckery, Angel Castro, Donnie Ray Alonzo, Evelyn Aguilar Videa, Erica Carral, Natalie Del Prat, Alexander Chuchi, William Reggio,
Miles Davey, Ryan Hyde, William Hines, Kathleen Walsh, Margaret Seabright, Christopher Lynn, Danielle Cahagan, Jamie Benitez, Jonathan Sisti, Daniel Nitiotuimo, Frank Yin, Mark Gunther Moore, Frederick Lee, Ilana Lefkowitz, Bethany Snyder, Helen Eudora Yoon, Ki-young Josephine Lee, Emmett Betty, Justin Merced, Kim Lee, Brittany Dukov, Itanes Saraz Lawrence, Nupur Doreen Sutaria, Martin Rubino, Connie Liu, Linda Chen, Carmen Ng, Ian Allen, Samuel Schmock, Michele Forrest, Christina Gazelle, Edmund Zay, Neil James McCormack, Elizabeth Lund, Ryan Christensen, Angela Adomei, Janacia Keels, Danelle Baptiste, Dennett Brown, Mark Florian, Curry Tron, Ben Yi, Carlos Rodriguez Castillo, Robert Astley, Allison Sarah Cunningham, Andrew Kish, Willie Avendano, Catherine Guerrero, Jonathan Barlow, Annabelle Chuyan Fui, Kit Van Vo, Eric Ackerman, Allison Ferris, Stephen Zhu, Noah Jolly, Richard Boyle, Marco Antonio Morales, Joseph Weingartner, Archibong, Esteban Lopez, Alexandra Cabral, Raiduez Song, Yoongi Shin, Vikram Joshi, Fatima Deko, Lishan Boku Amde, Alexander Sadoe, Yasser Diab, Albert Anthony Miller, Mia Harvey, Jawen Park, Carolyn Kim, Derek Neal, Gregory Feldman, John Howard Sidman, Jason Marks, Blaze Staub, Mark Mustin, Austin Lowe, Matthew Casey, Joshua Brandon Hairston, Melvin Freeman, R. Michael Strickland, Christopher Correa Henschke, Brian Alexander Watson, Jonathan Ricketts, David Mills, Lacey Elliott Reddix,
On behalf of the Fu Foundation School of Engineering and Applied Science, we are now proud to present to you the Master of Science degree candidates. Mayank Yadav, Sumed Guner Ramachandra, Anis Bayudi, Kamal Mekwar, Michelle Rafi Kalustian, Ferris Bill Reith, Eli Dagger, Cal Jambart, Kyle Burton Wendler, Michael Kustas Zapas, Shay Gordon Mikyon, Ziad El Bizri, Mark Adwan, Muhammad Walid Dugan, Ryan Corbett Turner, Frank Pinto, Vasilios Buras, Evangelos Pastas, William Chan, Mustafa Fastik, Sena Soydon, Ishtiak Ul Haq, Mohib Juarde, Ali Haider Rizvi, Daniel Fletcher Crook,
Despina Chrysokos, Iona Stragioli, Lenore White, Carmen Marin, Francisco Javier Reyna, German Garcia, Tina T, Aaron Pollock, Anton Filatov, Dmitry Volkov, Nimesh Singh, Timothy Chen, Camilla Paluch, Priya Madanvan, Miao Zheng, Zi Li, Yi Jiang, Minglei Wang, Harrison Yamato, Madalyn Lopemin, Giole Nunziatini, Lorenzo Tedeschi, Johnny Zucchini, Nikos Mitzalis, Pilun Chan Kia Trang Kri, Erbo Li, Yochao Sun, Yang Jian, Yi Jiang, Joseph James Zakari, Carmen Elvizio, Mufreed Dardas, Maxwell Gilmore, Guan Yong Tseng, Zhe Zhong, Hengfei Li, Yi Jiang, Rojen Li, Ray Liu, Xiao Che Shou, Nancy Camacho, David Scott Toner, Christopher Joseph Andrade, Kenneth Chiwa, Jubao Ziani, Lauren Wren, Charles Bolinski, Shoden Itani, Kevin Fung, Dawei Shi, Batei Li, Razvan Gegoka, Harilam Gergroge Brianu, Sungtai Kim, Sean Ravi Mahabir, William Draper Jaffrey, Lucas Salumi, Tabao Galuzde Villapon, Ahun Twen Boucher, Marina Alani Zampara, Niovi Kalansi, Athena Pelicano, Golazin Tabib, Dara Falahi, Kane Patel, Isaac Izzy Rodikli, Ilyas Nikatakos, Travis K. Test, Michael Vincent Coletti, Kenneth Krager, Hutan M. Fanisik, Gordon Hugh, Fabiana Zambrano Cobo, Mehdi Ismail, Ji-Fan, Xiaoming Wang, Yitang Gu, Julan Zhang, Wei Zhang, Tsang Wu, Badri Sulaiman Al-Herbish, Ahmed Ali Al-Jabbar, Haleen Bazouk, Merv Silan Gunal, Verkan Gunal, Karem Oral, Halim Karem Bas, Sertek Ozdemir, Shirangjen Chem, Tian Chu, Timothy Douglas, Nicholas Karamalokis, Ilyas Elekopoulos, Shahab Hamati, Vasilios Stenos, Ryan Paul Batos, Titi Sutaket, Tanaporan Jamran Chikan, Sitom Sarachawala, Jerome Tai, Yumi Villapu, Fivel Vogel, Edouard Tabou, Sapane Sarafati, Vasilios Demopoulos, Michael Othanos, Konstantininos Ilopoulos, Abner May, David Dogan, Jason Thomas Kandriva, Xiaoling Zhu, Ashish Banjiri,
Mark DeBees, Alexandra Ozga, Shahid Zakia Douay, Amari Demoulin, Emmanuel Martin Shav, Charlotte Catamel, Letitia Zamiro, Thomas Riberu, William Segard, William Bench, Etienne Jealous, Cece Messan, Eric J. Park, Jonathan Barclay, Daniel John Cotter, Stephen Patrick Melanson, Emmanuel Guardiola, Cyprian Felk, Adrian Gaber, Kuresh Devarpana, Balthazar de la Vergne, Olivia Duprat, Paul Ribeiro, Solin de Rouvel, Christopher Hugh, Genevieve Brown, Ali Dadgar, Francesco Vicario, Yetunde Adalekan, Pantelis Pantelides, Parag Jain, Lester Augustus Currian, Hope Huffman Connolly, Aaron Alexander Frank, Nathaniel Thayer White, Edward Peter Berger, Alexander Berenbeim, Arnaud Vincent Guillaume, Antoine Desir, Claudine Mary Elian, Bumjin Chaung, Owan Kwan, Jae Sun, Ray Jung, Roy Wang, Shaw Jen, Jing Zhang, Jin Hao Chen, Aaron Miller, Lindsay Amber Jaycott, Zhongling Zhang, Julia Berciaga Martinez, Raul Insignaran, Benjamin Samuels, Miher Kulkarni, Jesse John Limtiako, Rufan Zhang, Wen Chao Shi, Atsong Shu, Jingmin Wu, William Kakish, Robert Fida, Aten Saha, Garish Rajendran, Travis P. Rothblum, Yusheng Wen, Yuanon Wang, King Ting Ma, Iwei Gu, Bin Han, Xiaoyu Zhou, Wenhao Wang, Robert Hoteling, Di Shao, Li Wei Wang, Robert McCormick Elliott, Marco Finazzi, Maxence Delaram, Charles Pierre, Matas Lecuer, Fei Fei Li, Shanshan Yang, Minji Kang, Chenren Chu, Jimang Du, Tyer Gao, Chen Kang, Lu Shao, Joy Wazana, Linda Baba Clark, Juan Pablo Luna, Chun Yan, Yan Chao Hangfu, Jerry Chang, Eben Soon, Jafu Chen, Archina Balakrishnan, Daniel Robert Mechanic, Nisha Ranga, Aditi Bhatnagar, Fabrizio Ortegon, Gilan Pablo Camacho, Michael Edward Tuareg, Guyen Liu, Tong Tao Chan, Chen Yao, Qizan Zhang, Reixing Zhu, Yu Lu, Masayue K. Pak, Peng Jin, Zeynep Basharan,
Karishma Pulyanda Subaya, Yuan Gao, Shao Yun Soon, Yin Wong Ji, Feng Chao, Renee Silvestre Fernandez, Aporwa Gade, Wen Zhuan Yang, Chan Chen, Xia Gao, Yi Zhu Huang, Shi Zhang Wu, Tian Hao Luan, Yi Ming Luo, Wen Zhuan Ren, Xiao Yu Luan, Pablo Martinez Nuevo, Carlos Alavaro Vasquez, Zayik Alibarov, Fong Zheng, Xin Chong, Sonder Peng, David Ju, Yu Chen, Olidare Oluwabasu, Mei Hui Lee, Kafai Itep, Ming Lin Lee, Ren Tang, Chananot Vasuntara, Sun Mi Jo, Mao Wu, Yinan Chen, Li Ding, Wei Rei Feng, Gi Goi Ding, Mi Cha Yan, Ming Wang, Thomas Ramps, Ha Yon Kim, Mok Gose Lee Boyd, Stuart James Parton, Martin Wang, Lillian Ng, Jacqueline Michelle Kane, Amisha Kuna, Michelle Savakul, Draw Ren, Zi Young Sang, Hom Ma Ba, Zi Chen Li, Yu Chen Huang, Walter Lewis George, Daniel Greenberg, Wen Xing Chuang, Wen Ya She, Hoi Xianghua, Wei Ting He, Chen Kang Chen, Yu Sun Chung, Yu Wei Chen, Jun T. Wang, Shang Min Cheng, Ma Zhou, Yu An, Feng Zhou, Xiao Hao Yang, Jing Luo, Song Rui Chen, Ruichi Mumba, Nobuyuki Hirooka, Shin Hao Tai, Yao Han Sai, Po Shun Shi, Pei Lun Shi, Ming Hun Tai, Rong Huang, Peng Yong, Hong Da Zhang, Aditya Bear, Deepak Raghuveer, John Pieter van Pelt, Fan Liu, Yao Wong, Yu Shaw, Xiaolin Shui, Ding Ding Shi, Zijie Dong, Jingshan Chen, Ya Ting Chao, Daphne Sui, Quinn Wong, Zhou Yu, Rong Zhen Yen, Ming Zhou Wang, Simerjot Kaur, Devika Pradhan, Anuja Chakravarti, Pratima Velamuri, Raghu Chetlapalli, Sudeep Prakosh Chowdhury, Varun Sharma, Aditya Pipersinya, Jer Wong, Ning Guo, John Chen, Brian Aaron Su, Tian Hao Huang, Xiao Wen Ma, Xian Gao, Yan Li,
Yuchi Li, Ji Li, Jia Wu, Chen Ju, Dewey Li, Robert Shaw, Akhil Mamin, Anishka Goyal, Chao Lu, Ivan Zijang, Daye Lin, Jia Shu, Chen Liang, Luyang An, Shi Chen, Yuchin Gao, Aman Singh, Aditi Mutayala, Jin Shunju, Wei Guyang Shi, Wenju Li, Jen Jen Shi, Anna Drumaga, Sirapan Nathaniel Cheruskuk, Robert Martin, Andres Urbi, Sri Hurashali, Ankit Kamboj, Mahanjunataman Bhat, Mayank Talwar, Prakul Maheshvari, Abhishek Srivastava, Ashvari Shadashadari, Duke Huang, Ayang Kim, Giho Lee, Sung Oh, Sukaya, Dusan Beck, Angad Pa Singh, Samareen Zufair, Nurjat Pancholi, Yesh Sang Ji, Amit Abi, Matri Kumar, Gaurav Agwaral, Aman Agwaral, Pranav Bansali, Gaurav Tiwari, Sonal Suresh Akhtar, Srilaka Vedula Kamswari, Vishal Shristava, Tane Tandon, Neha Shristava, Siddha Arun Patil, Aditi Deo, Jahri G.T. Mushra, Shristi Gahaz Lasti, Anush Bantagar, Asta Malik, Anachal Arora, Pranjal Gupta, Mohan Krishna Kohli, Michael Costello, Ang Shui, Jinyu Lao, Jingfei Li, Rayu Fan, Yani Dang, Yudrang Seo, Nikul Yukani, Rahul Parikh, Shishir Gupta, Abhishek Kikani, Uday Chandrasen, Abjit Kular Karsuni, Sriharsha Tumori, Omar Abuela, Kantwari Sri Ratanaban, Jason Swen, Kevin Colby Rand, Bo Lee, Kevin Wang, Juliana Michelle Urvish Pikani Desai, Pushka Paraj Bijrud, Vibhav Panay, Nitin Natarajan, Kritika Kaul, Kripa Sivakumar, Ishan Singh, Ankit Fatak, Harsha Kashinath, Arjun Chandir, Shanik Madhavan, Chatan Desu, Parmayesh Malhotra, Diksat Saraf, Pramod Ratajapalan, Alok Dut Sharma, Jatin Kataria, Sula Munga, Sindashri Puliseti, Varun Agwaro, Aditi Chopra, Dipti Tolani, Lima, Yusu, Delu, Mudit Agrawal, Nitin Lahokotia, Anush Shampot Kumaran, Atanas Svengov, Ritesh Singh, Sanat Apti, Rohit Mittal,
On behalf of the Fu Foundation School of Engineering and Applied Science, we now present to you the candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy degree. Francois Monard, Siddhar Kojaman, Nekdet Serhat Aibat, Sarin Pomerandan, Nora Karaniran, Brenda Chen, Branti Shah, Anugar Mathur, Christina Karamperdu, Jong Chan, Guido Hugo Jamobovic, Kevin Su, Matthew Lay Johnston, Jamil Rebor Feshitian, Badri Hirayur, Rohit Ramesh.
Please join me in congratulating the class of 2012. Congratulations. So as a special tribute to the class of 2012, the Empire State Building will glow Columbia blue this Wednesday night to celebrate commencement. Immediately following the ceremony, we invite you to join us for a reception over in Hamilton Lawn. Let's please close the Class Day exercises by singing Stand Columbia and Roar, Lion Roar by our Columbia students.
Mother stayed on rock eternal, crowned and set upon a height, glorified by light supernal. In thy radiance we see light. Torch thy children's lamps to kindle, beacon star to cheer and guide. Stand Columbia, alma mater, through the storms of time abide. Stand Columbia, alma mater, through the storms of time abide. Ba 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 ba, dum dum dum. When the bold teams of old deeds of fame made their name here at Old Columbia. Nowadays we can praise fighting teams again. Hear the lion roar his pride, while the men of Morningside follow the blue and white to victory roar. Lion roar, and wake the echoes of the Hudson Valley. Fight on through victory evermore, while the sons of Knickerbocker rally round Columbia, Columbia, shouting her name forever. Roar, lion roar, for alma mater on the Hudson shore. Roar!
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to introduce you to our newest alumni, the engineering class of 2012.